Hello everyone, Features A42, back again with the daily deck. That's actually Madison Dealers I just got today in black. Anyways, a few quick things to talk about. First of all, ending soon on Kickstarter, a Steampunk Playing Cards or Go, which is the weirdest name for a deck of cards. 41 hours left, only 32% funded, not gonna make it. Probably would have helped if they sold more art instead of waiting until they had X amount of backers to sell court cards or aces or whatever. Not the way to go. And then the independents, excuse me, the independents from Jackson Robinson, 38 hours left. He made a special announcement, I think it was today. Excuse me. Where anyone who buys a set of limited edition decks will get a bonus set of limited edition decks, except these ones will come in white tuck cases with the logo on it and a little logo on the back of the box. And these are because a lot of people buy the limited edition decks, but then they never open the damn things because they're, I don't know. I don't want to say bad things. Me, I always open my decks, but he's sending these decks out that are just almost a plain box with the logo on it, so that people can actually open them and enjoy them instead of just letting them and see what these cards look like instead of just having the special limited edition decks just sitting there and never knowing what they look like, which is good. And with over $100,000, I'm sure he can afford it. But maybe a little unnecessary. I don't know. I mean, I was going to open them anyway, so I don't know what I'm going to do with these ones, but we'll see. But that's a nice addition. Thanks, Jackson, for that. And if you get two sets, you'll get, if you get two sets of limited edition decks, you'll get two sets of these other decks. If you get four sets, you get four of those. So it's awesome. Basically, for every set of limited edition decks that you buy, you get a matching pair in a kind of plainer box like this. A couple new decks on Kickstarter. Actually, one more I should mention. No, there's a couple of new decks on Kickstarter I mentioned. First of all is Atelier, which sounds like the name of a magician I was on. Penn and Teller's Fool Us. And it sounds French as well. It is an extremely minimalist deck. I mean, I don't know why there's so many minimalist decks on Kickstarter right now. It's the whole Kickstarter thing is actually starting to annoy me because one person will do a certain type of deck, like a steampunk deck, and then everyone's doing steampunk decks. Somebody does a Cthulhu deck, then everyone's doing Cthulhu decks. Now somebody started doing minimalist decks. Now everyone's doing minimalist decks. And now it's starting with the Day of the Dead. Everyone's doing decks like that now. It's freaking ridiculous and uncreative to copy everyone else. This deck though, like I said, it's minimalist. He actually has the audacity to post images of previous versions that he designed, which were actually better. They actually had pips. There was actually some that he had red faces for the red cards. And what he ended up with is it almost looks like he got lazy and he gave up. These cards, they only have indexes. They have nothing on the faces. It's even worse than DeVoe and his Dominion deck. At least they had color. These ones, nothing. And the pips for the spade is an upside down heart in black. Ridiculous. The back design is also lacking. The back design is just a circular symbol with pips all around it. It's mirror image, yay. Except it's just a circle with pips. It's lackluster. It's lazy. It looks like he gave up on ideas with the faces and just said, hell with it, nothing, no faces. And somehow he's already about 65% funded. He's only looking for $7,500 for a USB-C deck, which is a little bit low. And I don't know what the hell's wrong with my voice. I apologize. And he's already actually 72% funded. It's like, what the hell? Are people high or something? I mean, don't pledge for this deck. I mean, first of all, it's a red flag that it just launched and it's already at 72% and it's got like zero art. And it's only $7,500 for USB-C deck. And then I sent them a message, and it wasn't the nicest message, but it wasn't that bad. And his response was, "Oh, if you don't like it, don't buy it." Well, okay, I'm not buying it anyways, but I was just trying to say, I was asking her, what the hell happened to the faces? There's no faces and and stuff like that. And I guess he didn't like it. Anyways, another new deck, which is actually poorly timed in my opinion, is the Bicycle Day of the Dead. Sound familiar? It should, because there's another deck of cards on Kickstarter at this exact moment. Remember what I was just saying 2 minutes ago about everyone copying each other? Well, last year there was one deck on Kickstarter called Bicycle Calaveras, which was based on the Day of the Dead. Last month, or a few weeks ago, there was a campaign launched for a new deck called the Bicycle Dia. Was it Dia de los Muertos? I can't even remember. And there's 3 different decks for that one. A regular one, black and white, and the painted one, which has since been unlocked. And everyone likes that one. It's doing well. And actually, there was one other deck that I remember that was on Kickstarter that similar themed as well, but it didn't make it. But anyways, now this one's been launched by a guy in Canada, Vincent Tran. Not his first Kickstarter project, by the way. And it's the Bicycle Day of the Dead. The back design's pretty cool. The faces I like. The court cards, some people on the forums not liking them too much. But I like them. Maybe it's because it's a one-way design on the court cards or whatever. But I like them. They're pretty cool. To describe, they're different than the Calaveras, that's for sure. They're different than the Dia de los Muertos. What they are is portraits of people. You know how you see those people, the Day of the Dead, wearing like makeup and looking like skeletons and stuff like that. That's what you get. Go check it out. It's better than my description if you go check it out. Anyways, so far he's only at about $1,100 out of $12,000, something like that. Like I said, not his first Kickstarter project. Vincent Tran has twice attempted another deck called the Wanted Dead or Alive Bicycle Playing Cards, which, instead of just doing one deck, made the newbie mistake of doing 2 decks at the same time, and it was dead before it started. Just like other projects that we've seen recently where they decided to launch 2 decks at the same time in their first ever Kickstarter project, and it was not very successful. Anyways, I like the art, back design's cool, and everything, but with the quite popular Dias de los Muertos deck on Kickstarter right now, the timing for this one is bad. People are going to back that one. They are backing that one. And they're probably not going to back this one. And so far, it's not doing too good. On top of that, the guy's in Canada. And as a Canadian, I have to pay $13 in shipping to get decks shipped to Canada from the US. I even answered them and said, why don't you ship, a dozen packages to Canadian backers or whatever it is. And at the very least, it'll be cheaper shipping. I'm not saying make it free. You don't have to make it free, but at least, $5, $10, whatever. anything less than 13 bucks. But he says he can't do it or whatever, so whatever. It probably won't get funded anyway. And there is one other horrible deck that I gotta tell you about that's on Kickstarter that I discovered through a forum, because when I searched for playing cards on Kickstarter, it didn't show up. It is the 2013 crowdfunding all-star deck, which so far has a total of 2 backers and 22 bucks. That's 2 decks, I believe. The idea is that this guy is a big baseball card collector, and he's also on Kickstarter. And he decided, and I don't know if this is going to be a copyright issue or what, he decided to make playing cards. Basically, the idea is Kickstarter. It's Kickstarter cards and playing cards combined. Basically, it's the idea of baseball cards, except with Kickstarter projects and with playing card indexes. Yay. And I have no idea if there's a back design or not. I haven't seen it. Only a couple of faces of a couple of the cards in the video. It doesn't even have any images on. The chances of this one funding are slim to none, in my opinion. It doesn't even say who's producing it, although it is $12,000 goal. And he doesn't seem to know too much about what he's doing. He just likes the idea. He's a big fan of baseball cards, so he decided, why not take that idea, put Kickstarter projects, all the successful Kickstarter projects, on the face of each card, and make it playing cards. That works well. Not going to happen. One more deck to tell you about quickly. I apologize for this video being a bit long. And that is a new deck that was teased on Instagram by Illusionist, Daniel Madison, and Peter McKinnon. It is, I believe, called the Kings. Some similarities to the Madison players. It is white with black. Although it looks like it has a border. And what it is a continuous pattern of X's made up of a axe and a sword. So you get an axe and a sword making up X's all throughout the back. I don't think it's marked or anything like that. And looks interesting. I'm sure we'll get the same faces as usual with the Madison deck and whatnot. But if they surprise us with some more customization, that'd be great. And no idea when it's coming. There is a picture. You can check it on Instagram. I also posted it on my group on Facebook. Anyways, that's what I got. I'll be back with more updates when I got them. I'll see you next time.